What's up, everybody? It's your boy Jay Working, also known as Mr. Collins.
What in the world?
Hope everybody is having a happy Friday. Just real quick, who am I and what is this for? I'm a designer, I'm a teacher, I'm a mentor. So I'm gonna get into designer, but I'm gonna get into the reason why I'm here. I'm here for Harvey Rice. Harvey Rice School. I hope everybody is having a safe time in quarantine. So one of the most important things I want to keep everybody in mind is having a good time while being at home and staying creative. So who am I? And some people may know me, some people might not know me, but I'm an artist. So I used to do graffiti when I was young. I used to draw comic books also. And I went to school to do something called graphic design. So why I call myself a designer is because I do so many other things. So that's photography, and it doesn't have to be with a special camera. It's just taking pictures, whether it's with your phone, whether it's with your tablet, whatever you got. I do video. So I'm doing video with whatever I got. I got a YouTube channel, and I do designs using programs on the computer as well that I'm going to talk about. But why is this important? It's important because we have to have somebody to design something, create something, and be creative. Let me tell you this, like, do you remember when you was real little, tiny, and you used to draw and you used to color with crayons and markers and paint and all of that stuff? And remember how that felt. So I think sometimes as we get older, we start to do too much work, other work, or just playing and not really getting back to that feeling. So I want to restore that feeling. And I also want to create something. So create a YouTube channel, record yourself gaming, whatever it is, record yourself doing all kind of stuff. I think it's the most important thing to do is just be creative. Just draw something. Don't worry about if it don't look good. Don't worry about if the video don't look all right. We just want to create something so we can tell everybody who we are. So one of the most important rules for being a designer is creating some type of change. So since we had a COVID, since we have no school, a lot of people didn't get computers and all of this stuff. And we want to let the world know what needs to happen, what needs to change, and where it needs to change to happen. And that's the designer's job. So two things. We do designs to make a change. So the change could be some posters, some flyers, something to express our feelings, or it could be some t-shirts, it could be some hoodies. So the designer's job is to create content to instoke some type of change or just to express myself. So this is all about creativity, imagination, and expression. Okay. I'm not going to talk too long. I got a bunch of kids who know who I am, and I got some who don't. So this is partly an introduction of me, and I'm going to introduce a program that you could use called Adobe Spark, and I'm going to show that in a second. What I love about Adobe Spark is that it doesn't take a long time to learn. You could create something very cool, and you can share this on the social media. Okay, why am I sharing this on social media? It's because I want to market something. Remember, I talked about the t-shirts. Remember, I talked about me showing some posters and some designs and stuff. People can hire you, but you got to show something, okay? So you could charge for your services. So we're not doing this stuff for free, too. So let's get into it. I'm gonna share my screen. Boom. Let me see. I'm gonna hit share. Okay. So I'm on Google and I'm gonna type in Adobe Spark. Adobe Spark. Some guys already have profiles already. Some people don't. Okay, so down in here, Adobe Spark. Make social graphics, short videos, and web. So Adobe Spark is an online mobile design app that you can create stunning social graphics, short videos, and web pages. Awesome, beautiful. That's what we want. So I'm gonna click this link. Boom, I'm in here. So a lot of people may have to sign up. I'm already signed up, so I'm gonna just hit start now. And I'm already in there. To sign up, you need your email. Most people should have some Google email. So hopefully you got your Google email and you're already signed in. So here's the home page or what we come into. So one of the things I want to talk about is called templates. And templates is just basically a starting point. It's something that helps me out. I don't have to start something from scratch. It's all about speed and productivity. So I might not know the size of, let's just say down in here, I might not know the size of my Instagram story or my Instagram post or my Facebook cover. And other people might not know it either. So this is a good way to say, look, I can design Instagram stories for you, Instagram posts for you. Just give me some money. Everybody should at this point have some type of PayPal, Cash App, or their mama got one, or your cousin, your auntie, whoever got one. Get that Cash App, get this money. Not all about money all the time. I talk about money too much. Okay, so this is Adobe Spark. These is beautiful templates right here. So it's two types of Adobe Sparks. You could upgrade right here to the premium, which costs a little bit more money, but we're gonna stick with the free stuff, okay? So if you see this little seal right here, these are premium templates. The ones who don't have it are free, so we can use those. And all your current projects will be down here where your current projects are at too. And you could edit those, okay, which is cool. So we can start a project right here. So we got this big blue button right here. This is a starting point. I click that and I can see some starting points where I can start. So I'm gonna click on a flyer, click a flyer, boom. Depending on your internet and depending on, how fast your computer is, it may take a little time to pop up. Okay, so this is the overall interface right here, okay? So we got a blank page right here. We have a header up here. In this header, we can see the post. I can name my project. I'm just gonna name this flyer. I'm gonna hit enter on my keyboard. And that's how you save it, okay? You can name that, all right? So over here, we can see this panel right here. And at the beginning, I can see some templates already to start with. I can see designs, colors. So this right here, this is basically called a menu. And up here, I can download, I can add people to this page, and I can share this, okay? So this is my menu bar right here. So I got this big, huge button called add, and I can add text, photos, icons, and a logo. Not sure if you can do the logo yet. You might need to be a premium partner person to do that, not a partner. Boom. Okay. So let's see. Let's get a template up. So I'm gonna roll down here and I see right here. Let's grab this template right here. Let's defeat COVID-19. Yes. Create a template, use this template. Boom. So this template is gonna load up, and remember, again, this is just a starting point. So this helps us flesh out ideas, and eventually you could be able to do some from scratch. I may do something from scratch too. Okay, so we got this poster right here, this flyer right here for defeat COVID-19. Okay, so if I click on this icon right here, designs, I can get different variations. Is it working? Yeah. So when I click on these different variations, it'll change up. It'll change up that flyer that I just got. So it's kind of moving stuff around. I don't know how good it's working. Okay. So this is basically giving you different variations kind of based off of what you see over here. Remember what I talked about is curiosity. Just got to click on stuff and see how it works and what it does. So whether it works for you or not is beyond the point. You just want to click on it and see what it does. Okay. So this is a starting point right here. I'm going to use this right here. So the one thing I want to talk about is all of these little pieces and parts are basically their own elements. So I could click on them and move them around and edit them as I go. Let's just say we wanted to go back to the starting point where we was at. I can click on undo and undo all my steps, which is cool. So if you mess up, you can undo and redo. So I'm gonna undo, come all the way back to how I had it before. Okay, so we're gonna go back, take that back up to the top. So here's some fonts right here. So you can see I can click on all these elements. I can click on the background and change the background color. Change that to orange. I can click on this text. I can move it around. So every time I click on one of these elements, I get this interface right here changes, okay? So it's giving me the options for what's over here. So when I click on this text, I can get my text options. If I click on this background, I can get my background options. If I click on this image, I get the options for my image. So I click on the image and the options for my image, which is the icon. I have something right here called the opacity. So I can turn down this opacity and I can make it screen it back 40%, or I can make it invisible. So I can screen that back and bring that up, okay? Order, I'm gonna talk about order in a second. Okay, so that's the opacity. What other options I have for this icon is color. So I can click on color and I can change the color of that icon to whatever I got like. That's cool, okay? So these are the only options I have for the icon. Text, if I click on text, I have more options, look at that. And I got more control over different stuff. So here's the font right here. And to change the text, all you gotta do is double click on it or hit this edit. Hit this edit and I can change this text if I want to. So I can put today. So we can go back outside and hit done. Okay, let's defeat COVID-19 today. It's a rush. We need to go out. Okay, so here's the font family. What's the font? It's the style of the lettering. So if I click on here, it'll upload and we can see different type of styles. So you can browse and look for other fonts that's not in here. I like this font because it's big, it's bold. Remember, we want to make an expression and we want something bold and big and saying it today. So I like this font. Maybe I'll get this big thick one. Okay. So click on the text and I can change the size of the text, make it bigger. If I want to put this today underneath COVID-19, I can. You can also double click on it and it's already there. Okay. So I can resize this up. So I could grab this bar and kind of adjust this text on how I want. So you can see as I'm pulling the text, I can redesign this how I want, okay? Which is cool. So I can take this text and move this down. I could just grab it, move it down, move this down. This is in the way. Okay, so I got let's defeat COVID-19. And you can see I can align the text to the left. I can center it. I can align it to the right, or I can fit it, capitalize it and fit it, which is cool, okay? So the letter spacing is the spacing in between the letters. You know, you could play with that. The line height is how tight these lines are in between. And what else you got? You got opacity and order. I'm gonna talk about order next. Okay, so what other options I have for this text? Y is selected. I can click on color and I'm gonna change the color to this blue to match that. Okay, I can put a shape around it. Sometimes when you add text, you have to take the shape off. So I can put a shape around it, circle that might not look right, and you can take it off. So if you have some fonts with some shapes on them, you can take them off. And all the way down to the bottom, you should have some social media icons. So let's just say you was doing a flyer and you wanted to add some social media icons for somebody, they already there. You ain't gotta look for them, which is cool, okay? So you got text effects. You could put some outlines on the text. I don't know if I like that. You can make the line thin, and I think you could change it. So if I go secondary, nah, I don't like that effect. Play around with this stuff though, okay? So click on the text again. I got effects and I got style. Style, if I move this around, it'll give me different styles, almost like before where it was kind of changing the layout. I don't like that, so I'm gonna click undo. Go back to where I had it before. Where, boom. before. Okay, so I got this other text right here. Boom. Okay. All right, so let's add something to it. So we're gonna click this big button right here, add. I'm gonna click add a photo. You can upload photos that you download, but you can search for free photos. Adobe Spark, Creative Cloud. I think this is all like paid stuff, but if you got some photos in your Dropbox, your Google Photos, or your Google Drive, you can add those too. So remember I talked about speed, and it's all about being efficient. Okay, so I'm gonna just search for a free photo, and I'm gonna type in nurse. Click enter. I'm gonna add this photo right here. So two things you could do. You could pin it to the background as you can see, or you can move it freely. I'm gonna click move freely. Boom, and now I got this photo. Okay, the problem is that it's blocking everything, and I needed to go into the background, and I needed to do some other stuff. Okay, so I'm gonna make it bigger, grab it up by the corners and make it bigger. Okay, and I wanted to be behind all of this stuff. Remember, I talked about the order. So you can reorder your elements on your page, but you got to select them. Remember, selecting is clicking on something. So you get your options for it when you select it. So if I want to change my text, I hit the text right here, and then boom, I can get my text options. So we want to play with this and send this to the back. So a couple things, like when you upload this, you can see you can pin it to the background. I can replace it. I can crop it. What's cropping? Like I can crop areas around it that I want to show. I can put a shape crop around it. So if I want this to be inside of a circle, I can do that, which is cool. I could flip it horizontal. I could flip it or all kind of stuff. So remember, raise the level of your curiosity so you can see what the heck everything do, and you'll know how to do stuff. Okay, so let's send this to the back, and that's the order. So I'm gonna move this down and move this all the way to the back. Okay, so let's see what the options I have for what I have for this image. So if I click on filters, I can change the filter on this photo. Okay, because I want to see this text right here, and for right now I can't see it because this picture is too strong. So if I darken it, I can see it. Whatever, multiply, colorize. Wow. So if I colorize, I can really see it. So let's take this text and move this up here in this area. So we want to see this first, and then that's the most important thing. And then we got this text right here. And let's take this photo. Remember, we could take the opacity down. So I want to take this opacity down some because that's not as important as the nurses and the front people on the front line. And let's move this over. So I can move this over. Maybe let's raise it up some. Raise it up some. Got this text down here. Move that over, down right there, because that's important too. Boom. Let's just say we wanted to have this little, let's make this smaller. This little COVID thing over here. Let's make another one and put it over here. That's easy to do. All you have to do is hit this duplicate button. Once it's selected, we could duplicate it. I hit duplicate, now I got two. And I can move that over. And I could probably make this smaller too. Okay, so we move this down right here. We need to go outside, boom, take this. And remember, we got all these different options to do that. Okay, and let's name our post. Let's name this COVID poster. Hit enter. That saves our job. Okay. So remember, we can make this bigger if we like. Bring this down. Maybe change the color of this color. Maybe get this darker color so we can see it more. Not black though. Let's get this blue. Blue. Wash your hands regularly. Distance yourself socially and try to remain positive. Yes. Boom. Follow these steps. Okay, so that's important. That goes with this. Okay. Let's just say we wanted to add some different icons on here. We're going to go to add. We're going to go to icon. And then we're gonna type in, let's say wash hands and see what we get. Okay, we got some icons, okay? So we go through these icons and let's click this one. Click it, goes over there, we got an icon. Move that over. You can make this smaller. You can make that blue, so hit color. You can make that blue too. Social, remain, keep your distance. Let's get another icon. Icon, let's type in walk. I'm thinking walking is keeping your distance. So we got some little guys walking. Move him down, move him over, move him over here. And let's change the color of him to the blue. And maybe let's put this up here. Well, no. So you can move stuff around. Move stuff around and give you room. So we move this down here and move this over. Let's move this all the way down here, I think. Move that over here so we can see. You see these little guidelines that help you line this up, boom. And now I got this guy right here. So we're making room for these elements, but we don't want to cover something up. So we want to be smart at how we doing stuff, putting stuff together. So I got a guy right here. I want to show some social distancing, so I need another one. Duplicate. I'm going to take him and I'm going to move him up. Boom, like that. Okay, so let's see. I think I'm done, which is cool. Okay, so we named it, we designed it, we put some elements on here, and you can add text too. So let me go over that real quick. Add text, and you got some templates. Yep, nice. Speed, remember, this helps you, saves you some time. Look at all that stuff. Awesome. Or you can add your own text. Let's hit stay safe. Make sure that you punctual too. Capital letters on the beginnings of your sentences. Stay safe. And keep it consistent too. Boom. Stay safe. Let's change the font. I want this to be kind of subtle. Then, no, cursive. What's this? Stay safe. I don't want this to be as bright. We want to keep our same color theme. So stay safe. Let's change this color. Oh, I'm gonna get into colors too. Hold on. So I'm gonna click on this font and I'm gonna change the color to maybe gray. I don't want it to be as blue as everything else. Remember, you could do the same exercise that I'm doing right now too. Let's rotate it. So we're gonna rotate it to the side. Everything don't have to be already lined up all the time. So stay safe. And let's take down the opacity on here. We want it subtle. So we're gonna take down the opacity and make it light. We kind of wanted to see it, but we kind of don't want to see it. So stay safe. Let me see. Okay. All right. So when you click on these elements, remember you got your options for those elements. So every element has an option. You got either pictures, you can look up here. You either got photos, icons, or text, and your layout. So if I click in this gray area, I can see my layout and I can change my layout too. So if I click on this, this will change my different layouts. Okay. So all of these different panels, you can see this different layout. So if I click on this, we can see that we got different layouts and different patterns. Okay, let's undo that. Go back to how I had it. I like that better. Okay, another thing is color. So I can click on colors right here, and I can reorganize the colors that I set. So I could shuffle those colors around and get different looks. Oh, that's nice. Undo. So I can click on right here, get these different effects. So once you're done, you can come in here and change your layout, change your colors. Ain't that nice? It's awesome. And I could even shuffle that around. Man, undo, go back. Look at that. So this is a quick way to design something. Wait, let me go back up here. Look at that. That's beautiful, amazing. All right, so I can click download and I can download this to my hard drive. So I can hit JPEG and hit download. Boom, I downloaded and I can share it. I hit share and it's saving my post and I can publish it. Let me see what happens if I hit publish. I got this window that pops up and I can immediately share this to a Google Classroom. And I do got a Google Classroom too. Twitter, Facebook. You can email it to somebody. You can get a link and you can copy this link and paste it in an email and somebody will get it too. So if I go back to this SP, this is how I get out of here. This is back home. I hit the SP, it's saving my project. Okay, if I go down here, I can see my recent project. I can rename it. I can invite some people. These little dots right here, I can click this and edit it. I can click these little dots right here and I could duplicate that job and work on another one without messing that one up. I can move it, rename it. I could delete it. I could find in projects. I can unpublish if it's online, all kind of stuff. Ain't that nice? That's Adobe Spark. I click on projects, you can see Facebook collages and all of that stuff. I'm gonna hit view all. If I view all, I can see slideshows, which is videos, web pages. I'm gonna do a video next week, and the week after that, I'm gonna do a web page. How about that? So we can do graphics up here and see all the graphics. Look at that. All this stuff was created by somebody, and you could use these templates. Okay, I'll go to web pages and see what that is. We could talk about the importance of web pages, and I already kind of talked about videos too. So boom. It's really no excuse not to get something done good. Boom. There you have it, Adobe Spark. I appreciate everybody for tuning in to the boy. Find me on jayworking, JAYWORKING on YouTube, and like, share, do all of that good stuff. If anybody needs any help or anything like that, please reach out and let me know. And also, share my stuff. I showed you how to download it. I showed you how to create it. Share what you got and let me see. And make a comment too. So, signing off, Jay Working. I appreciate you. Peace.